YouTube, it's your girl Kim. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. This video is going to be Makeup by Mario's Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Dark. This thing, everybody loves it. It has like a cult following at this point, so I had to get it and try it out, and I'm gonna put it on with you and give you guys kind of my criticisms, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and if I think it's a good product. So let's get started. So I have the shade Dark. What I will say is that it definitely, there's a brush on the end, which I don't really like, but I can make it work, and I love that I have the option to use this brush, especially when I'm traveling, because if you do forget a brush, then you always have a contour brush no matter what. This is the product. So I have the shade Dark, and it's not quite as dark as I would like, so I'm gonna go back and try and get the deep dark one and then use this one in the winter time. So because as you can see, I already have a natural contour line in my face, so my goal is usually to get a product that's the same color, so that's kind of close. It's a little lighter, but I'm making it work. So there we go with that other contour line. Same thing, just gonna draw on top of my contour line that's already on my face, and then come at the bottom. Boom. So time to blend. So like I said, I don't like the brush that comes on the applicator, this like wide kind of funky looking brush. I did try to use it, which is why it's sturdy, but I'm also just like, in terms of cleaning it and getting water in it, I don't want to get water in my product, so I've been trying to like spray it clean, but I don't know, we'll see. Instead, I will be using this ELF 103 brush to do the contour. One of my favorite contour brushes, you can tell by its color. So I'm gonna go there and just lightly meld it in, and I'm wearing on my face right now as a foundation the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter Foundation. So as you can see, it blends seamlessly with other products. It doesn't separate. It's really natural and gorgeous looking. I'm gonna come down for that bottom, and it looks like real skin, and I think that's why it has such a cult following and why people love it so much, because it blends so easily. It's very difficult to do like user error with this, whether you're doing contouring or bronzing. Since it is creamy, I can imagine you got to be really careful with bronzing with it, because you just don't want to put yourself in a place where you put too much product and then you can't get it off. But I really like it. Like, it really accentuates my natural contour like I'm looking for. It gives me a little more depth and shape to my face, and I think it's really good to use. It's emollient, like it has like the slippage to it, but it's not greasy, it's not too oily. I do know with the LYS one, I love the color much better than this color, but the texture and the creaminess of it, that one just seems to have a little more of like an oily slick when you first apply it, whereas this one is creamy through and through. You never have to deal with like any oiliness to it. It does last super long, and I think it's easy enough to use. It doesn't pull on the skin. I have dry cheeks, so a lot of people, if you have oily skin, this stuff will just move because your skin has its naturally like sebum kind of situation going on. But when you have dry skin, it's very easy for things to tug. And not only do I have dry skin, I have a hairy face, so things will easily tug. Like if I try to use other products that are dry and it's a stick, it'll literally feel like it's gonna rip the skin off my face, and this does not do that. It seamlessly goes on, whether it's the oilier part of my face or the dry part. It applies the same, performs the same, lasts the same, it reacts the same, oxidizes the same on the different, especially since I'm like usually blended up here, so it's like this is super oily. I always have acne and stuff over here, but from the oiliest part to my face down to the driest, it acts the same, and it's not like I have to do two different things depending on where it is on my face. And because it is a sculpting stick, you could be using this on your neck, on your forehead, in your hairline. Like, you need it to be able to behave in a predictable way on different types of skin, and I think that's really great, and that's why I love this. It has a little bit of a powdery kind of makeup after smell that's very faint. You literally have to be huffing it to smell it, so if you're sensitive to fragrances, I don't think it'll be an issue. Worst thing about this product, I would say, is this attachable brush, but I feel like correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure I've seen videos where Makeup by Mario himself uses this and then uses a different brush to blend it out. Also, this white packaging is so hard to keep clean. I'm constantly wiping this thing down because I'm just like, ugh, you look gross. But love it. Love the, I understand why so many people love it now. It doesn't look greasy, works for oily faces, dry faces. I haven't particularly had any acne issues with it, so I mean, clearly everybody's skin is different, but I can see why it has such broad mass appeal across a lot of people, because it's so multifunctional, works in so many different ways, and is a great product. In terms of other solid stick bronzers, like, or just other cream bronzers in general, she's not leaps and bounds above the competition, but the best cream bronzers on the market now, in my opinion, are in pans, and if they would make stick forms, then this wouldn't have had such a moment. Like if Huda Beauty puts Tantour in a stick, and if Fenty Beauty puts the cream bronzer in a stick, then this kind of will not be needed, or definitely by me. Huda Beauty Tantour is the best contour for me. So perfect shades, perfect shade range. Even with this one, I was in the store swatching, and with Deep and Dark, I was just like, I can't even see the difference. I don't know if it's the horrible Sephora lighting or what's going on in here, but like, I'm looking at promo pictures and it's like, this is not giving me what I need to be able to self-educate myself and figure out which shade's going to be the best. Unfortunately, in the days of shipping problems, Sephora doesn't have the shades of every one for you to try, so they're just basically looking at the picture and trying to pick which one you could get, which is why I ended up getting this one, which is not as dark as I would like, but it's going to be my winter contour, so I am going to keep it. I'm not going to return it, but it's definitely a really good solid option, but it's not the best. I still think Huda Beauty Tantour and the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer are better. It's just that they're not sticks, so it's harder to use them. So that's the only advantage this one has. The LYS bronzer is really one of my favorites, but it's just really oily, creamy, instead of just creamy, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do a side-by-side video when I get the right shade to do it with the LYS, just to kind of compare and contrast both, because that way you guys can really see what I mean. But overall, solid bronzer. Loving the SoftSculpt shaping stick. Talk about a tongue twister. That's a lot of S's. But that's my review. So if you have if you were like NC55, and you tell me if you went to dark or if you went deep, all right, because I need to know. All right, thanks for watching. It's getting crazy over here. See you next time. Bye.